Good morning, good people. How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Come follow the family by hitting that like, subscribe, and notification bell if you're not already subscribed. And if you are, continue to hit that like button. It helps the page. Listen, we have a lot to talk about today. And I'm going to start this one off this morning with telling you today is the day. Today is the day. All right. But firstly, this is brought to you by Stock Up You. Now is the time to learn and earn everything you need to know about stocks and crypto. Let's get right to it. So this morning, I'm filming this before the U.S. market opens, okay? So we can clearly see that everything is down. You see here, the NASDAQ is down 215 points. It was down 300 points, and it is starting to rebound in the pre-markets. And we can see the S&P and the Dow is down almost 300 points there. And I started to do a put on the Qs yesterday at close, but no one knows what would have been announced overnight. So I couldn't take that risk, though I would have been printing big. So here's what's happening. Live update. Trump finalized tariff plans as U.S. trade partners brace for impact. Now, the question is, are they bracing? Are they getting ready to cut a deal? Or are they getting ready to go to war? Warren Buffett was correct. He was correct. He said this tariff war was an act of war, all right? And he was correct. Let's take a further look, and I'm going to comment at the end on some things that you need to know. So look at this. We could see right here, as we look at, let's see here. There we go. Let's go to the NASDAQ because the NASDAQ is tech heavy and we see what's going on with it. We could clearly see that the NASDAQ is still in what? Correction territory, not recession. Let's get that out of the way. Correction territory, down by 13%. Then it went up, came right back down, and we are hovering. I believe that we're going to revisit these lows today, the fear before clarity, and then the S&P, especially for those of you that are buying, all right, buying ETFs or buying the overall market, same thing. You could see it was down in correction territory, the S&P 500, but we're actually only down about 9% now, okay? We're only down about 9% on the S&P 500. So we're just entering back in to correction territory as it pertains to the S&P 500. For those of you that have ETFs, for those of you that have VOO and every other ETF that's like it, all right? For those of you that have a mix of things, SCHD as an ETF, VUG, granny shots. So it just covers different sectors or the whole range or the entire stock market with ETFs like a VTI, right? So I will tell you that I'm going to be doing some buying today. For all of you that are in money moves, this is my morning market, all right? I will be buying some more today because I believe that I kind of knew that this was going to happen this morning. I expected it just like many of you did because there's a lot of fear in the streets. Look at this. Gold is up again today. Look at that. Gold keeps hitting all-time highs every single day. And that normally happens when we are in fear. And that is what happens. So as far as the Qs are concerned, we are revisiting the lows. Let's see here. Let's go back to the day. I expect that we will come back down here today. Look at that. I expect that we will come back down here today. What's that? 456 off of 472. We could revisit, but why wait? Why try to time? And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you that I am buying. And I'm prepared to continue buying till the end of the week, okay? So if there is a huge hit today, I will go in huge. If there's a small hit today, I will go in smaller. But I'm in, Remember, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. My job is not to tell you what to do. Now, what I will look you in the eye and tell you is that a lot of you guys are trying to figure out, Larry, are you a conservative or are you on the other side? Are you a Dem or are you a rep? Are you a Democrat or are you a Republican? You know what? I am a true independent. And I believe that every news organization should be, so you can get the truth. If you turn to one station, you're going to get all of one side. If you turn to the other station, you're going to get all of the other side. And you're going to get baptized in that ideology. At the end of the day, good people, they're all making money. At the end of the day, this prior administration and this administration is going to make money. At the end of the day, you need to know the truth, okay? And before I go into that, I want you to see this, good people. Look at this. All right, how much does an average UAW auto worker make? And how much, let's just go to that. How much do they make? All right, now some make way more than this. Some may be a little less. But clearly you could see on this report, you could see that around $28 an hour, okay? Around $28 an hour. And then we can go here, go back to earlier 2007. And then here we got, look at that, around $33 an hour, right? And a lot, and this is an older report, so it's more than that. So around $33 an hour, that the United Auto Workers, okay? So let's just take $33 an hour, right? And so that is how much we pay to manufacture an automobile here, right? But how much is it in Mexico? Look at this, 2.65 to $5 an hour. You can see that, right? So 2.65 to $5 an hour. Now, you tell me, for anybody that's running a business, one of your biggest costs, in most cases, the biggest cost is what? Wages. One of your biggest costs is wages. So now you go from $33, let's say $35 to $5. And so we did this to ourselves, okay? We did this to ourselves over a period of time. And so now if you're a business owner and you could send across sea or across the waters or across the border, and you could pay $5 an hour for labor versus $35 here, what do you think is going to happen to the cost? Now, Larry, why are you talking about this? Because I'm trying to get some of you guys, one or two of you guys, to see you need to know the truth and get and stop with the emotions, okay? So look at this. Build a car manufacturing plant in it typically takes around 2 years to build a car manufacturer, okay? Okay, so now, why are you talking about this, Larry? Because, listen, I'm not against this tariffs. Let me make this clear. I'm not against fair tariffs. As a matter of fact, I agree with the president. So now people on this side are going, I agree with the president because I own this network, and so I could say what I want to say. So I'm telling you that I agree that America does and always have had the short end of the stick when it comes to these tariffs. And there needs to be a balance. It's unfair. And we are losing a lot of money. But I'm not a president. I'm not an economist. But I just think it would have been a better path if we allowed the automakers, and not just the automakers, manufacturing, even some of the chip companies. And I know about the other chip company putting money into our economy. I know about Japanese car makers building plants here, okay? Right? That's a workaround, right? But China won't allow us to build Ford, GM, and all of that in China. So we just got to keep it fair and equal. Now, here's what you need to know, though. We have to understand that cost is going to get passed on to you. So that $8,000 more per car, and in some cases $10,000 more per car, is going to you and I. We also need to know that about $3,800 per household gets added with these tariffs, okay? As it stands now, if they don't ramp up. And so in the just taking a snapshot of this, which there's more small businesses run America. They're the ones that's going to get hit the hardest. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Not that I'm against the tariff, but there could have been a rollout over time to where the American taxpayer does not get hit so hard, so quick. It could have been a general roll-off, and the tariffs could have been rolled out over a couple of years. It's just, to me, common sense. Like the lady said from the White House, it's as simple as that. No, it's not. All right, so now, is it going to be good for America long term? Yes, it is, long term. But I'm just telling you, get prepared for the hit. So, Larry, are you against the reciprocal tariffs? Actually, no, I'm not against the reciprocal tariffs, right? All I have here for you is the truth. But there's a way to roll it out that the people who always pay the price, the small businesses, don't get hit as hard. Now, the market is forward looking, and at some point, everything's going to be priced in. And it may trade sideways for a while, okay? Or if there's some deals cut, we could have a market rebound. And then this is the time you could have or should have been buying. Look at crypto. It's holding good. Bitcoin is still hovering around 84.7 at the time of filming this. And so I want you guys to get away from the politics and dive into econ and dive into the economy and see how things work. The big mistake that America has made is we've sold everything. Everything. Other countries could bomb us and turn around and buy what we just bombed, what they just bombed, okay? I don't even want to go and talk about places like Hawaii. I'm not going to do that. So that's what the problem is and has always been with America. We sell everything, all right? And we put ourselves in this predicament. In the past, whether it been Dems or reps, whether the president was a Dem or a rep, in past history, we let it get this far out and this bad. Yes, America used to be the manufacturing hub of the world, and we sold it. And that's our fault. Shame on us. So now our economies are so intertwined, it's very complicated. And so that's why I had to make this. So I am not against the tariffs. I just feel like there's a better way to roll it out. And just because it's him doesn't mean it's right. I know some of you worship the ground he walks on, and how could you say anything against him? Because he's human and he's flesh, and the only perfect one is above and not on this earth. That's how. Because all I have for you is the truth. I'm going to continue to look you in the eye and tell you the truth. Get out of your politics, put people over politics, and let's focus on positioning ourselves. So yes, I'm going to be buying more of the ETFs. Granny shots, I'm going to be buying more of that. VUG, I'm going to be buying more of that. VTI, I'm going to be buying more of that. VUG, I said that. I'm going to be buying more of that as it goes back down to the lows of the last 45 days. All right. And then I'm also DCAing in some of the big tech that has come down. All right. So this is going to be a marathon day for me because I'm going to attempt to go live as the White House releases or roll out some sort of clarity as it pertains to these tariffs, okay? Make sure you check out the link below. There's actually 2 links below. It's actually 3. But Stock Up You, for those of you that want to learn about really stocks and crypto, go ahead, download that link, and I still have 2024 prices on that. Then if you want to follow me on my daily moves, that is Money Moves, okay? And then I got some coffee for you guys because we need to sip and sit still. All right? We got money to be made. Okay? And for one or two of you guys, you can't handle the truth. But only the truth will make you free. We'll see you later today. Live, love, laugh, and learn.